Hello, and welcome to another episode of My Faith is Bigger Than My Fears podcast. I am your host, Tamala Ingram, and I pray that everyone's had a blessed week and a great weekend. As we're getting ready to head into this last stretch of April, I pray that everyone has had a great month. I know that this month has still been kind of challenging, but I do believe that God is still in control and He's still sitting on the throne. So with that being said, today's topic is stop giving everyone access to you. All right, so let's jump back into today's episode. Stop giving everyone access to you. As I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about just some of over the years, how many people I have given access to that should have not had that much access to me. And I know some people can relate to this as well. And I'm thinking, I asked that question, why do we give people access to us who we've never should have given that much access to us in the first place? I have learned through the years that not everyone should have that much access to anyone. I realize that even though certain people may have access to me, there are only certain people who really have my full access to me at all times. Because why? I allow certain people, individuals, to be able to access me at any time. Don't get confused. Even though you have my phone number, you have my emails, you might be able to DM me on social media, that does not mean you have complete access to me. Listen, we are not obligated. We don't have to give everyone our time. We don't have to give everyone our individual attention. We don't have to give anybody or show anybody our visions. We don't have to let people know our next moves, our business ideas, or even take up our space, and let alone our time. We have to protect ourselves from allowing just anyone to have full access to us. Not everyone needs to know everything about you or what's going on in your life. Not everyone has your best interests at heart. And not everyone needs to know exactly what is going on. Some people can use that against you if you allow them to have full access to you. And then once you try to back or, give them limited access to you, they can use that against you. They can cause harm to you. So don't you allow anyone to have that much access to you from here on out. We have to learn that you don't owe anyone anything, like I said. You have to set boundaries. Boundaries are so important. People need to know that we all should set boundaries with people, with even our boss, or sometimes even with our children, even with our family members. We have to set boundaries. We have to put those in place. You can also definitely limit who you want to have access to you. Even Jesus, when I think about Jesus, he didn't allow everyone to have access to him. He only allowed certain people around him when he was performing miracles. Even Jesus had to remove certain people from around him who were doubting him during the times he was performing miracles. So even Jesus didn't allow everyone to be in his space, to be able to access him, to be able to come up to him, to be able to reach out to him whenever they wanted to. And that's what I'm saying. We have to stop giving everyone access to us whenever they feel like it. So, for example, Jesus had 12 disciples, right? And he picked them and they had access to him. But when we really think about the three, Peter, James, and John, they had a different type of access to Jesus Christ, that he allowed them to experience different things that the other 9 disciples were not or did not experience, like Peter, James, and John. So if Jesus had his 3 disciples that he allowed to come and access him in different ways, then why don't we, as our own individual lives, why don't we have just a core group of people who we allow to have access to us at different times, or maybe at all times? And I just thought about that. Not saying that the other 3 disciples were more better than the other 9. But no, he just had his core group that he was able to have that intimate moments with, and they were allowed to have that access to Jesus Christ. I also want to say, think about what is important when we don't give people access to us, or even to our children. I'm reminded of times when people have asked me for my children's phone numbers. And anybody who knows me, I'm not giving everyone access to my children, especially when it comes to their phones, their phone numbers. Not everyone needs to have their phone numbers. Not everyone needs to have access to my children. I'm very protective when it comes to my children. And I have no problem with setting boundaries with people when it comes to my children. Not everybody needs to be able to access my children at all times unless my children have given those people their information and phone numbers to be able to access them. And even I know that I've realized even my children have set up boundaries of who can and can reach them at certain times. And I think that's important to learn, that if I, as a mother, am protective of my children and I've set boundaries of who I will allow to access them, then why don't I have that set for my own self, boundaries for myself when it comes to other people? And so here are some examples. Number one, we talk about this, setting boundaries with people. That means not allowing everybody to have so much access to you that they think that they can just reach out whenever they want to. They can contact you whenever they want to. They feel like, oh, it's easy for me to get to her. It's easy for me to get to him. No one should have that much access to you, because it just sets a standard like you are available to them whenever they need you. And that might not be the case at all times. Number two, only allow your people, that's in capital, your people. I want to stress that, your people, to have access to you. Even those people who you allow to have complete access to you should also set boundaries with them as well. Even though these are your people that you trust and you know that they have your best interests at heart, you know they have your back, that you know that they're not going to go out and tell people what you're doing or what you're working on, like these are your people. I still think that we should still set boundaries even with them. No one needs to have that much access to us. Also, don't feel bad for only allowing certain people around you or to be able to be in your space or be able to contact you. Think of it as office hours. I just thought about this. Office hours. Office hours are what, from 9 a.m. sometimes to 5 p.m. or you got 8 to 5. But the thing of it is that certain people should also have those same hours, office hours, to be able to contact you. It should be like, okay, they have to contact me the next business day. And sometimes you have to treat people like that. And I know that might sound a little like mean or harsh, but it's not, because if you allow certain people to continue to be in your space or access you after certain hours and it's late at night and they're not respecting your time, your boundaries, your family time, or what you have going on, it is okay to set boundaries. It's okay to have office hours. I'm okay with that. Office hours, you can reach me from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And actually, if you think about it, when you are running a business or you're an entrepreneur and you're a CEO, you have an assistant. So sometimes the assistant, most of the time, unless you have access to that person, the assistant is getting these phone calls, and the assistant is actually the one who's putting all this together. And you don't even have access sometimes to the CEO. You don't have access to, that entrepreneur, the founder. You don't have access to certain people because you are now reaching out to their assistant, so that you don't even have their phone number. You have their assistant's phone number, so you don't even have complete access to even that person. And that says a lot right there, that some people have already set boundaries, like I'm not allowing, even when it comes to business deals or even outside of business deals, that you have to talk to my assistant to even get to me. And I think that's important as well. Even when I think about this too, I have my phone on sleep mode. So from 12 hours, I'm not going to tell the time because people probably like, oh, okay, that's why she doesn't answer the phone. But I'm being honest. For 12 hours, I have my phone set. So when it gets to that before it gets to the certain hour that it's getting ready to go into sleep mode, it lets me know. There are only certain people after it goes into sleep mode that are able to contact me, who are able to access me. And guess what? I am the one who actually put those people in place to be able to come through on my phone when it's during my 12 hours of sleep mode. Also, when it's during my work mode, I only have certain people that are able to access me during my work time. I think it's so important and it's healthy to set those boundaries when you are working or even trying to rest or sleep or have things or have a moment to yourself. You need to have boundaries. I also want to say that I realize it's protecting your space, your peace. I have decided that I wanted to set healthy boundaries for myself. And I realized that people shouldn't feel like it's easy to access you or even me. And I also say that it is so important that once these boundaries are in place, that you stick to them. You might tweak them a little bit, but it's okay that you can maybe take some people out, like, oh, I don't need that person to have access to me right now. Or maybe work on a project and this person needs to get through to me at a certain time, but now that project's over, I don't need that person to access me all the time. And that's okay. It is okay to switch out. It's okay to only let certain people in your space. My people know who they are. They know that they can contact me at any time because I have kind of expressed that to them, but also they know that if I talk to you on a regular and it's all the time, they know who they are and they can come through. They're on my list. I'll just say that. And so I just want to say, stop giving everyone access to you. Set your boundaries. Remember that no one should ever have too much access to you. It's okay to give those calls to your assistant. It's okay to let your assistant handle some of those things. It's okay for you to say, oh, you can only reach me from 9 to 5 business hours. It's okay, because everyone does not deserve to have full access to any of us. If Jesus didn't allow certain people to have access to us, and he's the great I am, and he's the one that was performing miracles and still doing great things to this day, then why should we feel like we have to allow so many people to have access to us, and half of these people don't mean us any good? They don't need to know. They don't need to know what you're working on. They don't need to know your next move. So I want to say, think about this. Think about who you allow to have access to you. And maybe you need to tweak your list, or maybe you need to tweak your sleep mode. Maybe you need to do your do not disturb or whatever it is. But I want you to really set boundaries and set healthy boundaries for yourself. So again, my name is Tamala Ingram. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode. Episodes come out every Monday morning. Again, this is my Faith is Bigger Than My Fears podcast, where we encourage, we motivate, we conquer our fears one episode at a time, and we put our faith and trust in God. And I'll see you next time. Bye.